Hello everyone and welcome back to another Gotham City Chronicles battle report. Today we're doing the scenario from the main rulebook called Year 100 based on the comic of the same name, which I'm about to read very soon. It arrived yesterday but I haven't had time yet. So we are playing as sort of vampire looking ancient Batman who's starting down there. Our goal is to essentially grab these three things, but we need these three things to get them, and we obtain these three things by beating up dirty cops. So it's another mission filled with police officers who are not exactly on the side of the law. So we'll put these to one side. It's kryptonite information, and the police badge I think is the last bit of evidence we need to find. So Batman's job here, and it is a solo hero one, we'll look at his card in a second. Go to certain cops, the ones with the batons, sorry, those ones with the batons and the proper police uniforms. So there's one there and one there. And now there should be two different types of SWAT here, but I only had one type of SWAT painted. This guy here and this guy should be the ones that are like carrying a bomb defusal kit, and they're on the river as a different thing. Just going to have to try and remember that they're meant to be something else. They're holding a key card that's required as well to get into the safe, to get into the hidden drugs lab, which I think is that one, and then whatever that is. There's evidence hidden there or something like that. I also just realised there was supposed to be a medkit sitting right smack dab there that I forgot. Because I knew the mission had a medkit, but Batman starts with a medkit. There's supposed to be another one there. It might not matter. Anyway, and there's also a drone up in the top corner there. So this is what Year 100 Batman looks like. He's good at fighting. He's got martial arts and counterattack. His ranged attacks have... oh, is that the retaliation one? I think it is. So that would be good. Well, he doesn't come to fault with a ranged, but I've given him ranged. He's going to be doing a lot of complex thought and manipulation. He's very good at complex thoughts, which is good. Bat gear, well, the mission specifies he has to have a katana, and he has to have a medkit. And they add up to 3, which is not enough to slow him down. Bat gadgets, I've given him an explosive batarang, a compact master key, tear gas, and batarangs. And he starts with all his energy over there. The game goes until hero turn 7, or until he collects all 3 of the major bits of evidence. The safe, etc., the drug lab, and the kryptonite. If he doesn't have all 3 by the end of his turn 7, the villains win. The villains being the corrupt police in this case. The corrupt police, if they can do a complex thought, and I think 2 of them can, they can call in more backup in the form of more cops via the reinforcement points. It can also be switched on. Currently there's only one reinforcement point switched on over there, but when they do reinforcements they can switch them on depending on which type of reinforcement they do as well. And they're not allowed to dredge the river. Everything has to stay on. That's another stipulation. So I think that about covers everything, and with that we can get started. Alright, so let's move into battle round 1. Bruce is obviously staying active, but he has no energy to come over anyway. And he has 2 free movement, which he's going to use to descend that ladder. That would be a 4 drop, I think, but the ladder makes it a 2. So he's going to hop down here immediately and talk to this SWAT who would have a briefcase to get the black keycard if he can take him out. And he's hopefully going to. He's going to spend 2 energy on 2 punches. Let's get the game started on a good note. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So that is 4 up to 5 with his martial artists, and they have automatic defense of 2. That's essentially 3 damage, which would require 2 defense dice. The villain only gets 3 energy back a turn, so it's another one where he's got to watch his energy as well. He's going to go down. So the way this works, because one of them went down, had he have been the last one, he's not because there's one there, Batman could do an automatic pickup to just find the black keycard, but because there's still another one alive, what he can do is he complex thought. Hang on, I've got the rulebook to the side of me. This mission, hang on, I'll show you. This mission has so many special rules, it's ridiculous. Immediately after a swap with a briefcase miniature has been neutralised, it's manipulation. So the one he's worse at, in other words. But he only needs to get 3. So let's go with 3. So it's 3 orange and he needs 3. This is very doable. Barely, but he did it. So I believe that gives him the black security card, which is one of these. And that opens something. I'll double check what it is once his turn ends. So we'll put that, I don't know, we'll just put it on this roof here because it's not being used for anything else except dice rolling. That might do it for his turn. He could take it the guy with the baton, because those guards are going to get first turn. They're cheap. Oh, I totally forgot they would have got his katana roll again. When I don't bring the equipment, when the mission stipulates the equipment, I always forget I have it. So he should have had an orange rerollable on that attack, but that's fine. Will we throw something at him? No, let's let them come to us. That's going to do for Batman's first turn. We're going to go into villain turn 1. So here's what the enemy river looks like to get started with and how much energy they have to play with. As stated, the guards are in slot 1. That's an easy first activation. Also, the blank keycard that Batman just picked up means that if he gets to the briefcase, which is the blank 0 there, he can open it automatically and receive the kryptonite, which is one of the 3 victory conditions. So anyway, these guards are going to move. They move 2. One's right there, so he's going to move 2 and attack Batman. The other one up here is going to go 1, 2. And he's just going to guard the rough area that is in. But this man is going to attack Batman with 2 yellow rerollables, and he will do 1 true damage if his defense gets through. It's rerollable. So that's 3 coming through. This Batman will spend 1 on defense. He gets an automatic orange, plus that's another orange. Wow, he actually blocked it, so no true damage through either. That's actually very surprising. Okay then. I'll come back around here. Do that in there. So the swap with the briefcase, they're essentially not particularly useful now. The GCPD officer with the baton is going to activate next because he's probably going to be Batman's next target, and you want to be as annoying as possible as the villain because that's the goal. So he's going to Scarper. He's going to go 1, 2 and start fleeing towards his friends. The other one at the back is probably safe. Oh, they do have a ranged attack. I don't believe he can see over that, but I'll quickly check the app. If he does get a shot, we'll quickly do that when I come back. If not though, we will move into Hero turn 2. Alright, double check the app. He cannot see from that square down into the pit area here. It's too low compared to where he's at. Batman's going to stay active. This Batman gets 2 back. Oh, that should be there. And I think he's going to leave this square and go 1, 2, but it becomes 3 because he's running away from him, and this Batman does not have... He has parkour level 1 and the dangerous terrain, difficult terrain counter level 2. So no, he can't slip away. So he'll have to spend 1 plus his 2 free movement to go 1, 2 into this tile here next to the safe, but we'll have to come back to the safe. And he's going to use his tear gas, and he's going to drop it at his feet, which you still have to spend, I believe, even if you're dropping it at your feet, on an automatic, or sorry, not on an automatic manipulation, on a manipulation, and you can throw it up to the number of successes. He wants a 0, but again, I don't know if that means, oh, does it whiff entirely? Still waiting on that new rulebook. We're going to say it worked. He spent 1 on an automatic either way. So the tear gas erupts in this tile. It does not affect him. It does 1 true damage, or 1 poison damage. I can't get the card off, there we are. It does 1 true damage. I don't remember if you have to roll a die for that actually. You know what, we should probably check. Glad I double checked, you do have to roll. It makes it dangerous terrain level 1 for anyone except the person who initiated. So to this guard, 1 level of difficult terrain, he is dead. Or passed out I guess. The other one, he is okay. He took nothing. Now if he moves away from that tile and moves back in, he'll have to roll again. But that's good enough for now. Okay, so Batman is going to spend another 1 because he wants to chase this guard before he gets further away and go right there, and he's going to attack him. Now hang on, these guys with batons, they've got 1 armor. Okay, we're going to do 1, but that's a red plus an orange rerollable from the katana. Hoping for a good roll here. The orange is rerollable, but I think I'll take that. So that's 4, martial arts makes it 5, his armor makes it back down to 4, so that would need, well, to have a good chance at defending that would take 3, and there's only 5 energy for the villain. That's probably not worth it. So he's going to go down, and that means that a cop with a baton, as we grab the massive list of rules, where are we looking? Guard? Nope, they're not guards. SWAT? Nope. Where are we? Immediately after GCPD officer, sorry I'm reading over here but it's an awkward angle so I can read it. With a baton has been neutralized. Complex manipulation of 3 to get the orange security pass. Okay. So we're going to, oh we can only do 2 because he's already used 1. He needs to get 3 on these 2 dice to find the thing. And he got 0. Good job, Batman. Okay, well in that case that's going to be his turn. He's got 1 energy left, so he's probably going to have to do a rest turn. Everything else goes there. Obviously he used up his tear gas, that will dissipate his next turn. And we go into villain, turn 2. So we're over here for the villain. The 3 they spent last turn immediately comes back, and 2 are being spent on a reinforcement, which only gives 1 point. Well, there's 3 different reinforcement types you can do in this mission. Doing the one where only 1 point can be used on this gentleman. And actually the one with the pistol would be better. Well, they both have the same pistol though. We'll take him because he has armor against ranged attacks. And what else you can do is you can make an inactive reinforcement point active. And the one close to the safe, knowing that Batman has to come back here, is the one that is being activated. Didn't do the briefcase SWAT guy because there's only 1 left and they've already served their purpose. The other activation for the turn though could be the SWAT, because one's right there to take a shot at Batman. Yeah, let's do that. He will take his shot. Where's the other one that's not a briefcase guy? The other one that's not a briefcase guy is knocked out. That's fine. He's going to take 1 shot at Batman, so that's 2 white dice, 1 yellow, no rerollables. And he got 2. So Batman has an automatic defense of orange. I don't think he has any extra defense against range. Let me just come back over here and check. No. Okay, 1 orange die against 2 damage. He blocked it. Surprising. That was a quick villain turn. But mostly the problem here is going to be Batman trying to get round the table fast enough. And he's about to take a rest, I think, so we'll be right. Actually, we know what, let's just quickly go. Oh, it's hero turn 3. Batman's taking a sleep. So he's going to come back. He's going to sleep. He's going to regain 6 though. 3, 4, 5, 6. But he's not going to do anything. So right back to villain turn 3. Where they still get to carry on. Oh, and sorry, this also became dissipating because it's almost disappeared. 3 energy back is 6 to play with. Who could he shoot with? The drones are tough. There's special rules for regarding bringing drones in because they're so tough. They don't seem to have that good a shooting attack though, honestly. Well, we can still make the drone cause problems. Let's do that. They move 5, which means he can move 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he can get right. Sorry for stretching. He can get right in Batman's face and shoot him point blank. So he's gonna for 1 white, 1 yellow. They've got no armor though. I actually thought they had a lot of armor, and he whiffed. Well then, that's the thing. With 3 energy left, I don't think any other villains need to be activated this turn. No, I think we're going to go over to Batman. I'm going to see if he can do another check to pick up the card, or if he has to go after a different guy as well. I'm not sure if it's meant to be sitting on the floor or not, but either way we're going into hero turn 4 already. So as we already start turn 4 of 7 potentially for Batman, look to the rules regarding when you take someone out, they drop a key card, you can do a check of 3 to see whether or not you pick it up. The next part of the text just says, oh, if it was the last model on the field of that particular tile, you automatically pick it up. It doesn't say if on subsequent turns you still keep checking for it or not. Now, I'm going to assume you can, but that might be wrong. Either way, Batman is taking a turn, so he's going to get 2 energy, and then immediately he's going to spend all 3, and he actually needs a 4 check this time because the drone is there harassing him. So that's pretty bad. We'll use 2 rerolls. Wow. Okay, well, that does mean that next turn he just needs to get 1 or 2 if he stays there. Well, actually, no, he doesn't necessarily need to stay there, but oof, that's pretty bad. He's going to throw a batarang at the guard here because the guard is also going to drop something he needs. He'll throw, so that's 2 orange, and then the batarangs give him a reroll with yellow. Oh, doesn't need to reroll that. That'll do nicely, and the villain is not going to spend So that guard... You know, I should probably just put the key cards on the thing. So let's see, the orange key card was there, and then the white key card is now there. I believe, or did I get those the wrong way around? I need to double check again, this mission has too many rows. The orange came from before, so they're in the right place. So this also has, you know what, let's just use that. It's got 2 checks on it. Again, we house rule, successful checks carry over because too many runs die as a result of the checks being too difficult. Even though it is only 3. But that's all he's going to do for his turn. Basically wasted, so there is that. Now that said, he picks those 2 things up and he just needs to dart around the board picking up objectives before he dies. And I guess we'll see if he does as we go into villain turn 4. So the villain is getting back that 3 energy essentially. The JCPD officers with pistols are going to activate, one of which has perfect line of sight to Batman with an elevation bonus. He's up there high and mighty, he's going to shoot at Batman. The other one is dead, I believe. Yes. So that means he's going to get his white, he's going to get his orange, and for once, I'm remembering, elevation bonus. It didn't matter. Only one, he'll use his automatic defense. He blocked it. Good job, JCPD officer. You didn't do anything. On the river you go. The other activation... Again, this is another one of those missions where Batman is perfectly capable of losing by himself. He doesn't need the enemies to do anything. I think they're just going to bank. I honestly think banking the energy for defense. Yeah, okay, that's going to be the villain turn. We're going to move into hero turn 5 and see what happens. Well, let's see what Batman can do with a mighty 4 energy, 2 of which are being used immediately to pick up the keycard that he didn't manage to pick up last time. He did it. He wouldn't have been able to do it if we were using the actual rolls rather than the house rolls for automatic successes. So that is the orange keycard and the white one, I think. I think there was a third security type card I didn't find because those 2 both look identical and they shouldn't. One should be white, one should be black. So let's see, what does the orange security keycard do? We know we have access to the briefcase, and we now have access to... We don't have access to the laboratory yet. That requires the white security pass from the guards. So we need to get to the safe and we can open that with the orange one. So we can open the safe with the orange one we have. We can open the briefcase with the other one we have. We can also try and pick that up to get in there and get the last bit of evidence from the laboratory. Now, he's just going to go... Oh, also that should be fully gone. I forgot about that. He is just going to go 1... Is this on the same square? I think so. We'll say it is. It's moving 1, but it costs 2 because of the drone being there. He's going to use up the orange key card to immediately open up the safe and get... I don't remember which part was in the safe. I think it's with the computer files. Either way, I know for sure the kryptonite is in there, so it's either the computer files or the police badges. We're going to take that, and that is one of the 3 things Batman requires to win. Is this the same square? It's hard to tell because there's a fold line there. I think that's a fold line, that isn't a separation of tile. Yeah, because that's the number for it. So he is actually in the same space as that. He's going to have to rest again, so what? Oh, no, you can only spend 1 though. Never mind, he can't pick that up. Alright, he's just going to have to say that was his turn. Oof. He has 2 turns left, one of which is going to have to be a rest. But either way, villain's turn 5. So I feel like all the villains really need to do is just sit around and let Batman fail on his own, but might as well try and annoy him. So we're going to spend 2 for the guards, of which there's only 1 left alive. He's going to go doop doop, make Batman's job harder. Oh, the safe shouldn't be there anymore because he opened it. And he's just going to smack him with 2 rerollable yells, 1 true damage if he breaks his defense. Take that, so that's 3. Batman will just use his automatic defense. He blocked 2, so it's actually 2 damage because of the 1 true electrical damage it does as well. So 2 damage over there. And... ooh, they might as well activate as well because one of them can shoot him. He doesn't even need to move. The other one can, though. In fact, if the other one moves, can they both shoot him? 1, 2, yep. Both can shoot him. So that is a white and an orange. No rerolls. First one, 1 damage. Batman will just try and block it. He did. Second one, 2 damage. Batman just tries to block it. He blocked 1. So that is 1 more damage. And that is going to be it for the villain turn. Come back over here. Put those in there. And second last turn for the hero. This is looking pretty hopeless. Batman has to rest, unfortunately, so he's going to get back his 6 energy. And that means he has all that to play with on his last turn. And in that last turn, what he needs to achieve is pick that up, take it there, spend for an automatic manipulation, which means he has to use only 2 to pick that up. Then move over here and automatically open that, which I don't think he can do because I think you still have to spend for an automatic manipulation, meaning it's literally impossible. But hey, let's play this out anyway and go to the villain's last turn. So there is actually a way out. I was looking at the board. He is the last guard, the one that's on Batman's square. If he is taken out, Batman automatically gets a version of that keycard, which means he wouldn't need to spend to pick it up. I don't remember if you have to spend an automatic, but either way that would only be 1. And then he could potentially spend 1 there and 1 there, and that would mean he wins. So that means the villain just needs to try and make that as annoying as possible. What is the easiest way of doing that? Could spend all 6 to make him run away. I'd only be able to move 1 square. Batman would still catch him. I'm not sure what's... Oh, you know what the massively annoying thing to do would be? Reinforce one of them. There, villains win. Batman literally can't win now because there's 2 of them on the table and he'd have to kill them both. Well, actually, no, it's not literally impossible. You could throw a Batarang at that one and punch that one. That's what he's going to have to do. That's going to be it. We're going to go into the final villain turn. Oof. Sorry, I think I said final villain turn. I meant hero, obviously. And Batman is going active, and he is going to punch. Now let's see. I'm just putting aside what I need. I need 3 manipulation. He's going to need... He's not going to have enough energy to do this. It's impossible. There's too much movement required. But let's say he needed the 4 for movement. That means he's got, what, 1 spare? Yeah, he doesn't have enough. It's actually impossible. He just doesn't have enough energy cubes. But hey, let's go down swinging, I guess. So this is orange rerollable for the katana. Hitting the guy on the square. Didn't really roll that. Orange rerollable. Oof. 2 damage. Stays 2 because martial arts had 1 armor taken away. That will be defended against to be extra mean and trolly. And he did die because he took 2 damage. So he went down. And then he's going to chuck a Batarang. He'll chuck the explosive Batarang for 1. So that's orange and 2 black dice. And well, that's just it then, isn't it? That's just it. Okay, 2 for rerolls then. Alright, that's more like it. He got eviscerated. Although because he didn't die in the same square as him, I don't think you automatically pick the thing up. I think it appears on the square. Let's see. If it is the last miniature of the tile in play, it's placed in the area. So, in other words, that is there. I mean, there's technically supposed to be 1 there from the guy knocked out before. Presumably, again, the rules are not clear. But that does mean Batman doesn't have a chance. He might as well just dump everything into movement. Well, 3 into movement, giving him 5 in total. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't even get to the briefcase. That's frustrating. That's the way the single hero missions go, I guess. That is a loss for Batman. Oh, so that was pretty nasty. Batman did not achieve... Well, he achieved 1 out of the 3 things he wanted to do. And that was just a terrible mission. It was a Luigi wins by doing nothing type situation. The villain didn't need to do a thing because the dice just fail. And when you've only got the 1 hero, if it fails for the 1 hero, you're done. You don't have two other heroes or one other hero to back you up and pick up the slack and hopefully roll better. It's just, it needs reworking. I don't know when they plan to release the new PDF version of the rulebook that will be in the Kickstarter for Season 3 next year. The PDF is coming sooner than that, but we don't know when. But they have to address this kind of poor balance. This wasn't a fun one. I'm just going to say it was not fun to play. It was very obvious that Batman wasn't going to be able to do it by himself. The villains did nothing. They did nothing, and he won, or rather he lost, just because of having to do constant checks. Now, there is a thing that could have been done different. The safe that was there, and this is the reason why I brought the Master Key and I forgot, you can just try and pick it. And if you pick it, it's difficulty 6, I think. And if there was 2 cops there, they'd still have to be dealt with. But potentially that's a different way of doing things. Instead of chasing down the cops to get the key cards, he could have picked the safe, difficulty 6, down to difficulty 5 with the lockpick. And, well, he'd be rolling 3 orange dice though, and that's not a good idea. You'd need a 5 on 3 dice. There's a fail. Oh, there's a pass. Typical. Fail. Fail. Pass. If only I rolled that well when actually playing the game, instead of trying to prove a point afterwards when the dice make me look like a liar. So anyway, that is going to do it for this Gotham City Chronicles. I'm not sure, maybe it's worth just waiting until the new PDF comes out. I don't think there's any more single hero missions for a little while. The next mission is a bunch of Riddler's thugs, and then after that it's a bunch of 2-3 hero ones that I already have everything painted for. I'm going to pass it over to you in the comments. Do you think we should wait for the new PDF that's better written, rebalances the campaign book, hopefully addresses this type of thing with the swingy dice and the overuse of energy? The energy consumption for the heroes is way too high. Villains feel fine to me, but the game is obviously balanced in favour of the villains, which is the problem. It needs to be addressed. It needs to feel like there's a balance, and also allow both villain and hero to make better use of this good system, because there's so much cool stuff you can do with this system that you just can't if you want to win. You can't play around. Everything has to be as efficient as possible or you've lost before you start. So let me know what you think. We could always put Gotham City Chronicles to bed for a little while, use the space for something else in the meantime until the new PDF comes out, and then bring it back. Let me know what you think, and we'll see going forwards what we do. Either way, I'll still paint up those Riddler thugs to be ready for the next mission. Thanks for watching though, and see you next time. Ta-ta for now.